the presenter, okay? And Mike is you're going to show us how to get into these trades. You know what, Mike? I want to see, just before you do it, I want to see if I can do a poll. Even though I've made you the presenter, I think I can still launch the poll.
Okay. I don't know if they're going to see it. Maybe they will.
I see it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. What two things stick in your mind the most from this webinar? Number one, that you can be wrong more often than right and still win. Okay. Actually, we didn't show that yet, did we? We'll see if we can show that before the end of this.
I'll do a couple minutes and I'll get into that little thing there. The wrong more often than right. The idea is there. We just didn't show the tool, but I think they got the idea. That's justified by the votes too, a little bit.
Right. Okay. Is it limiting risk to single digits per trade? Is it the idea of bulletproofing, how you can have no risk but still have unlimited upside? Is it income method number 3, where you can get bulletproof? And the example I was getting ready to show was getting bulletproof before an earnings announcement. That's pretty cool. And then income method number 6, where the example was 3 times better than a covered call trade, even though it went against expectations. Okay, cool. We've got a whole lot of our votes. Oh, a whole bunch just came in again. I guess I better not touch that button. I was getting ready to close it off. Okay. Wow. A lot of folks are excited by the idea of bulletproofing, it looks like.
Good.
That seems to be our number 1 deal. If I share the results, can you see those, Mike?
I'm looking at the audience view format. It's not coming up on my screen, but I am seeing the audience view there. It is showing me that that's what everyone's seeing.
Okay, very good. So 29% remember the fact that you can be wrong more often than right and still win. The idea of limiting risk to single digits per trade, that seems to be sticking out in folks' mind.
Good.
The big deal is bulletproofing. 8 out of 10 of our viewers are impressed with bulletproofing to where you have no risk, but you can continue to gain. And that's pretty good. That's really something else. Okay. All right. And then it looks like our income methods themselves, income method 3 and income method 6, well, they're not sticking out in folks' mind as much, right? You know, only 18% said that income method number 3 stuck out in their mind. So here's what I recommend, folks. I recommend that you get the blueprint, okay, so that you can refer back to it. You want to have. I've got 9 different arrows for your quiver. I've got 9 different tools, okay, for you to use. And you know, in certain investing environments, income method 3 might be the thing to do, but you know, in other environments, income method 9 is the thing to do. Wouldn't you want to know how to refer back and use all these different tools? Okay, so okay, Mike, I'm going to hide those results, and hopefully we should be seeing your.
Yeah, you should be able to see the Power Options screen. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're looking at right now is the main homepage for the Power Options suite of tools. Power Options has been around for 11 years. We're a patent suite of research and analysis tools for options investing, and we support over 23 different option strategies. So what Kurt has shown us, what Kurt has gone over with us, is this idea of using this unique form of a married put, about buying an in-the-money put option that's far out in time so we can find only those positions that have a limited risk. Now, there's 3,200 optionable stocks out there, and there's over 150,000 potential put options that can be used in combination on those 3,200 optionable stocks. You need a way to quickly go in, find only those positions that match your personal risk-reward tolerance, and be able to quickly do the research and analysis to find the one best for you. To do that, when I first log on to Power Options, I'll go into the Married Put tab here. This will pull up the main screen for the Married Put overview page and our available tools. Then what I'm going to do is go right into the Search tool. This is going to link me into the patented Smart Search Excel tool on Power Options. When I first pull up this screen, I'm going to see a list of several different trades. Starting at the top, we have AutoZone here, Teva Pharmaceutical, Affiliate Computer Services, Intuit Corp, and so forth. Now, these aren't direct recommendations or suggestions, but these particular trades match a default criteria that Kurt developed with Ernie. Kurt and Ernie set that up a couple months ago. So as I scroll down the page here, in this field where it says Search Settings Saved As, right here, we have a default search set up called radioactive, okay? And what this is we were telling the system to find us only positions where we're going to buy stock and buy a put, where the put is at least 150 to 900 days at a time. And right now the default is looking for a risk between 2.5 and a less than 11%. Now this tool went out, scanned the entire universe of options, and found us only those married puts that matched my criteria. But if I was more conservative and I only wanted to see positions that had, let's say, less than a 7% risk, I'll simply click in this field, delete that 11% value, change it to 7, and then click the Submit These Settings button up here in the upper right-hand corner. Now the system's going to rerun the search and show me only those positions now that match my new criteria. And as you can see, going across the line, you have the company name, followed by the stock symbol, and of course the current price of the stock and the change today. And then we are available to see the option symbol. Here I'm looking at AutoZone with the symbol AZOUS. This represents the September 195 put. So I could buy AutoZone today at 163.72 and pay $36.70 per contract for the 195 put. Now this means I have a total into the position of $200.42. But since I've purchased the 195 put, I can sell to close the put at any. I can sell to close the stock at any time for 195, which means I'm only risking $5.42. Would have paid $200.42, and I have the 195 put. Well, that's only 2.7% of my total position value. So that's well within keeping in this range that Kurt showed, the martingale there. We want to keep on the lower end of the spectrum. Now, just because this particular position is at the top of my list, that doesn't necessarily mean I want to jump in right away. What I can do is link directly to the stock chart. I can go to company information. I can go directly to the option chain, for example. I can further research the stock or the option right from the side menu. I can go to the search by symbol tool to look at other potential married put combinations on AutoZone. I can click on the profit and loss chart to run what-if scenarios. Or I can click Add to Portfolio if I wanted to put this trade into the portfolio and start tracking it. Now, we're running short on time, so I'm just reviewing this very quickly. But I want to invite you guys, if you saw the Radioactive Trading website, radioactivetrading.com, or if you go to the main site, PowerOpt.com, that's PowerOPT.com, you'll see that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be hosting a tools session on the Power Options tools. So you can come and join us for that one if you're available. If not, both on radioactivetrading.com and PowerOpt.com, we have an archive of several different webinars showing the tools for these married put scenarios and also the married puts webinar as well. Okay. Now, Kurt, did you want to look at any of these trades? Oh, this is an interesting one, Kurt. I'll just show you this. PetMeds here, 1672 with a September 20 put has a 4.4% risk. I actually got into that one last week with slightly different prices. I think my price was 1660, and I paid 440 for the put option, for the September put option there.
Okay.
On PetMeds. So that was kind of interesting. It hasn't moved too far, but it's something I did on my own. Went out and made my own little trade there. I found it on your radioactive screen, and you know my situation with my little friends that I have at my apartment. They like PetMeds too, so I thought it was a good move.
Very good.
All right.
All right. Shall we take a look at the plain vanilla portfolio and see if we need to make any adjustments?
Sure. Now, what I was talking about earlier, ladies and gentlemen, one of the things I can do is I can enter a new trade in here to the portfolio with a simple click, and I just have to put in some information. But if I scroll up to the top of the page here and I click the My Portfolio tab, this will give me access into the portfolio tools. And if I look at the profit and loss portfolios, we'll come up with our listed portfolio. Let me wait for that to adjust. Okay, and here we are. It might be a little bit difficult to see, but what we're looking at here is this is our plain vanilla portfolio, the one that Kurt and I have been listing in trades and tracking trades over the past, I guess it's been about 4 weeks, a month or so. Is that right, Kurt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at Silgan Holdings, please. Okay,
Silgan Holdings, currently since we looked at that position, the stock has moved up 11.1%. From 47.90 to 53.21. Now, what's really powerful about these portfolio tools, ladies and gentlemen, is not only is it showing me the change in the stock and the change in the put so I can look at it, but with a simple click here, I can go to this More Information menu and go to what's called the Position Analysis tool. I think that clicked over for me. There we go. And this is going to give me a breakdown of my total position that I had opened up, but at the same time, it's going to calculate for me as I scroll down the field here below my original position and my current liquidation value, I'm going to see the potential income